Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Wagler. I'm the state coordinator for the Main Street Iowa program, and we are very excited to have you join us today on our Wednesday at 1 training. We've covered a lot of topics since mid-March, and today we're going to cover another very important topic, and that is fundraising. Fundraising has been a fun journey for all of us this year, and there's always twists and turns, and I'm excited today to be joined by Rachel Muir, who hails from Austin, Texas, joining us all the way from Austin today. And Rachel is going to be talking about fundraising through fear and uncertainty. I'm going to turn the table over to her, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, and then we'll jump right into the presentation and get our conversation started. So Rachel, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled and excited to get to be with each and every one of you, and I want to invite you to type any questions that you have anytime into the Q&A, and I'm going to get things started by inviting you guys to type into the Q&A and just tell me what is your #1 favorite new hobby since this pandemic began. Just type in and tell me what your favorite new hobby is. Mine is I got all these bird feeders, and I love bird watching, which basically means I'm battling it out with squirrels to keep the squirrels out of the bird feeders, but it's fun to watch them try to outsmart the efforts. Anyway, that's my favorite. I can't wait to hear what yours is. Just type it in the Q&A and type in any questions that you have anytime today. I want to mention too that the slides for today are available for you to download. I put them up on my website, and Main Street Iowa will have a PDF copy of them as well. I'm super excited to get to be with you guys. I've spent my entire career in fundraising, and I started a nonprofit to empower girls in math, science, engineering, and technology called Girl Start when I was 26 years old, believe it or not, with $500 and a credit card, and ran Girl Start for almost 13 years. Girl Start still exists, and it's still thriving. And what I do today is train people to be better at their fundraising. I absolutely love fundraising, and I just want to say for all my executive directors and my board members out there, I truly believe that as fundraisers, we have the best jobs in the entire world, because we get to find out how people want to make the world a better place, and how people want to be remembered, and how people want to have an impact. And then we get to bring them opportunities to do just that. So I think fundraising is a really important and humbling and fantastic job. And when I'm not helping people be better at their fundraising, I'm raising my twins. They are 13 years old and doing virtual school. And I'm doing a lot of virtual trainings like today. So if you want to learn more about me, you can find out more about me on my website, which is rachelmuir.com. I mentioned this, but I do have the handouts up for you to download everything that I'm covering today. I even have a few guides as well. So you can download all of those on my site. And if you have any problems, my contact information is in this presentation as well. So don't be shy. Type in any questions that you have. Oh my goodness, Joyce's favorite pandemic hobby is cooking, and baking. Tanya says Dutch oven cooking. Someone else like me has started bird feeding. Ooh, and they bought a boat. That's on my bucket list. I kind of want to do that. Kayaking, feeding the squirrels. So we got at least one squirrel lover on our call today, and gardening. Those are all super awesome pandemic hobbies. So this is what we're going to do today, friends. We are going to fundraise bravely in turbulent waters. And I invite you to type into the Q&A and tell me what has been your biggest fundraising challenge. I'm going to give you a pep talk today to overcome any fundraising fears that you have. I'm going to give you lots of ideas and inspiration for you to love on your donors. We are coming up on what I like to refer to as harvest time, which is that beautiful period before your end of year appeals go out, when you can love on your donors and really let them know what an impact giving to you has had, so that you can get them excited, fired up, and feeling motivated, so that they make really generous gifts to you at end of year. I've got lots of ideas to get you inspired, and I want to be helping you bravely ask. I also put in some ask scripts today to help you with actually soliciting a gift from donors over the phone. So this is all the fun that we're going to be having today. I'm actually going to be talking to you, and you might be surprised to hear this, but I'm actually going to be talking to you about why now is a great time to ask, and type into the Q&A if you've got any. Okay, so one person said their challenge is not being able to promote a physical place. Totally understand. And I invite you to type in any of your fundraising challenges, reluctance to act. Let me know more about that, if that's a reluctance on your part, or if it's maybe on the part of your donors, like you're nudging them to make a gift. But I'm going to be giving you lots of tips so that you can successfully get them to make a gift today. I'm going to be talking about why now is a great time to ask, how to wow with a personal touch, ask scripts and ask appeals, examples, and some end of year tips to boost revenue. So tell me, I have end of year fundraising on the brain. So let me know if you type into the chat if you are thinking about end of year fundraising too. You can type thinking about it. If you've already got some appeals written, if you've already got your ducks in a row and you've already been planning, let me know so I can give you some like rock star kudos for already being at it. But I'm going to give you lots of tips today to help you be successful with that. So I just want to start with my pep talk here, friends. In troubling times, donors give more. And, we've obviously had some troubling times since this pandemic began, but I'm here to reassure you that this is when people step up to the plate, and that you are not being inappropriate to ask, and you're not being selfish to ask, that donors love you and they care about you, especially if you've been doing a really good job cultivating your donors, stewarding your donors, and making your donors feel like the awesome heroes that they are for supporting you. But crisis is your silver lining in this whole pandemic is to deepen your donor relationships, and you are no less deserving or no less important than anyone else. So I just want to really reassure you of that, and let you know that your donors love you, and giving feels incredibly good to donors. Giving is the neurological equivalent of winning the lottery. When we make a gift, the first thing that happens is that our bodies get this rush of endorphins, also known as the runner's high. The next thing that happens in our bodies is we get a rush of oxytocin. That's the same hormone that is released during lovemaking. Giving literally gives us a natural high. You are not taking something away from someone when you invite them to give. You are giving them the opportunity to make the world a better place, and you are giving them the opportunity to feel really great. Donors live longer than people who don't give. They have lower blood pressure, and they're in better overall health. So you're not just giving people the gift of better health, you're giving people the opportunity to make the world a better place. And you should, people are adults, donors are adults, and some children, and they're going to decide if they don't want to give. You're only giving someone the opportunity to give. And if you really think about it, like if we sat down and we really thought about it, honestly speaking, my fundraising friends, there really isn't a perfect moment to raise money. I mean, it's kind of like there's really not a perfect moment to go back to graduate school or to start a family or to do anything else. And when you talk to anyone, they're like, I don't know why I waited so long to do this. There's always something. But crisis is an opportunity to show that we care. Donors want to make the world a better place. Giving feels good to the donor, and you're just giving people an opportunity to make the world a better place. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful gift, and that's I think no profession more noble or important than ours. So here's 7 reasons to reassure you. We are still experiencing record giving, my fundraising friends, unless you the only way for people to know that they can help is for you to ask. You have to ask for them to know that they can help. People want to help. It gives them control over their lives, especially when they're feeling like they don't have control over their lives, which many of us are feeling right now. I know for myself, I'm willing to admit I'm a total control freak. And helping gives us a sense of agency and a sense of purpose. It feels good to give. I already mentioned that it's a neurological equivalent of winning the lottery. Giving combats feeling helpless. Many people are financially healthy. Many people have far less expenses than they had before. And I just want to reassure you, since we are in election year, that donors who give to political causes, I just want to reassure you, it does not suppress their giving to charitable causes. So if that's something that, if that was a fear you had, you can waive that one from the shore. But I do want to tell you that donor love now is more important than ever before. And I like to jokingly refer to myself as the town crier for donor love. I've got a healthy obsession with doing really great donor stewardship, and I hope, my hope is that you will as well, and that I can inspire you and give you some great ideas for donor stewardship. The silver lining of this crisis is that you have an opportunity like you've never had before to deepen your relationship with your donors and and reconnect with your donors. So these are our basic psychological needs, and this is from research from the amazing Jen Shang. She's with the Institute of Sustainable Philanthropy out of the UK. She is the world's first philanthropic psychologist. And we have three basic psychological needs: connectedness, autonomy, meaning control, and competence, meaning effectiveness. And what's really unique about this pandemic is that you have an opportunity to give your donors that feeling of autonomy and control when they make a gift to you. And you have the opportunity to give them that opportunity to feel connected and to feel comforted by you. And that, my friends, is a gift. That is a gift. So I'm going to show you some low-hanging fruit, easy to use tips to help you do that. And I'm going to start with something that is right here on your phone, and that is texting. So I'm going to give you some virtual tools, and I'm just going to, I know that you guys are busy executive directors and you're busy board members, and you've got a lot of other commitments in your life. So I'm really focusing on some ideas and inspiration and low-hanging fruit tips for you to use. And texting is really the 21st century version of a phone call, right? Like yesterday, Michael and I were getting ready for this presentation, and we talked about, okay, well, you can email me or you can text me. Here's my mobile number, making sure that you have it. So texting is very widely accepted. And when I encourage people to text donors, and I just want to stress for 1 second, I'm encouraging you to use texting to steward donors. I know that you can use texting to solicit funds. I totally know that. But I'm encouraging you to use it for stewardship. I want you to use it for stewardship. Someday later, when you've got more resources, maybe you're going to use it for fundraising. But for now, I want you to use it to check in with your donors. I want you to use it to make your donors feel special, and I want you to use it to make your donors feel appreciated. So how awesome would it be? Imagine if you made a donation to the ARC in one of your communities in Iowa, and you got this text message, thank you back. Hi, Michael, your gift has given Charlie dignity, hope, and the chance to live independently. Thank you. Wow, that's like, I would really be blown away by that. That is really, really nice. Or if you gave to an animal care organization and they gave you 1 year after you made your donation, they sent you a text message thanking you and reminding you, oh my God, 1 year ago, you joined our donor family and you've helped so many animals find their forever homes, like Sunny right here, for example. So texting is really great. I was wondering, and type into the Q&A and let me know your reaction to this idea of texting, because a lot of times when I talk about this with people, people can get have really passionate reactions to this, like, what? Texting? No way, my donors are older. That's so inappropriate. I'm not going to do that. I want to reassure you that the number one most popular feature on the smartphone is texting, and 94% of seniors send text messages weekly. I'm telling you, my mom sends me text messages on my birthday. She doesn't call me. I have to call her. She's literally sending me text messages. 95% of texts from businesses are read within 3 minutes, and it's a really unique way for you to stand out. So I have a download. It's rachelmuir.com/virtual, and I have a lot of tools there and examples in there, and texting is one of them. And there are services that you can use to do this, or you can of course just do it yourself. So this is an example of a text that Audubon might send. Hey, sending a little bird therapy your way. I'm thinking about you. How are you doing? Like, you know, any of us can send a text message with a photo. Any of us can send a text message with a GIF. This is another example. This is from an organization that is working with foster kids. So they're not going to send photos of kids because these are kids are in the foster care system. So these are just some examples of some check-in text messages, just checking in with a donor, letting them know that you're thinking about them. You can use texting to check in with donors. You can use texting to thank donors for a gift. You can use texting, you know, obviously to remind your board members of an event that you have. But texting is an unsung tool and a really easy one that you can use. I was once doing a presentation back in the time before the pandemic began at a fundraising athletics conference, and it was Valentine's Day. And I challenged everyone in the room to send at least one donor a text message that just said, on this day of hearts and flowers, I'm thinking about you and how grateful I am that you are one of our generous supporters, and you know, something like that. And people, it was just like love bombs all over the room. Everyone was like, oh my God, my donor is, you know, writing me back. They're telling me they've got tears in their eyes, that this was so unexpected, that they didn't expect to hear from me. They absolutely loved it. So I'm just encouraging you to try this. It's a really neat tool to use for stewardship, and it's a tool that you already have. So I am going to invite you guys to answer a few questions for me. This is where you can download that guide. It's rachelmuir.com/virtual. I have lots of tips in there: video, email, texting. There's a service if you're I don't think this is any of you, but should you be a larger organization and you have want to really dig into this, there's a service called textology.co, and you can actually upload your numbers and it'll tell you which are mobile numbers and which are not. And you can gain a lot of scale and efficiency sending multiple messages to your donors. So that is one of many tools that's in here. And there's a lot of great stuff in this guide for you to think about to steward and cultivate donors when you can't be with your donors face to face. So lots of goodies in there for you. So I'm gonna invite you to type something into the Q&A right now. Type in what you think a donor's #1 pet peeve is. Type it into the Q&A box. What do you think your donors' #1 pet peeve is? What do donors say their #1 pet peeve of all the nonprofits, all the donations that they're making? What do you think that donors frustrates them the most? Type into the Q&A and let me know what you think. I'm gonna pop over here. Okay. Okay, so let's see my Q&A box. If anyone typed in. Okay, you guys are a little quiet. That's okay. I'm gonna answer this for you. Across the board, regardless of their age, donors' #1 pet peeve is not knowing that their gift made a difference. Not knowing that their gift made a difference. So now I'm going to invite you for any, oh yay, some people are typing in. Oh look, yay, people are typing in. Okay, type in what do you think the #1 reason why donors stop giving is. What do you think is the oh yay, someone anonymously knew the answer. Way to go. And I love this, not being thanked, no thank you or follow-up, absolutely. So this is interesting. Someone said, I'm in a small community, so they get asked a lot. So I'm going to talk about that. And I really want to stress to you. I don't want to stress to you. I want to do the opposite of that. But I want to stress to you, it takes more than one message to get through, especially at end of year fundraising. There is a lot competing for our attention. And I have this cookbook that my sister gave me one time that's written by Amy Sedaris, who is hilarious. And the recipes in this cookbook have ingredients like sugar. How much? More than you think. So how many messages is it going to take to get through to your donors? More than you think. So I'm going to pop in here and see. Yay, I love these responses. So I asked, what is the number one reason why donors stop giving, not being asked again? That's what Nancy said. A lack of communication after the donation is giving, not being updated on what's happening. Those are all really, really awesome, great answers. And I'm going to answer this question really quick. I assume it's best to text on a cell phone assigned to the organization and not your personal cell phone. I'm wondering how many organizations have a cell phone for use by the organization. No, you can totally do it from your own phone. You can totally do it from your own phone. If you download that guide, my friend, it has a service called textology.co, and they will give you a number that you can text from. And what's kind of cool about that tool is you can do all the texting from your inbox, not from your actual phone, but from your actual inbox. And you can even manage replies from there. So again, that is textology.co. If you download that guide, rachelmuir.com/virtual, you can learn more about that tool. You can even get a free 30-day trial. I don't work for that company. My slogan is I like to find the tools so you don't have to. But no, you do not have to have a special phone. It can be your phone. These are your donors. These are people that you talk to, that you communicate with, that you have relationships with. It can totally be your phone. You don't need to have that obstacle, feel like that obstacle is in front of you. So the number one reason, I got some good answers here, not lack of communication after the donation is giving, not being updated on what's happening. Someone said the number one reason why they stop giving is because they don't get asked to donate anymore. Those are all good, great ideas. The number one reason, my friends, is, drumroll please, over-solicitation. And what's interesting about this is how donors define over-solicitation. And this is from the research that was done by the amazing Penelope Burke, who wrote one of the Bibles of fundraising, if you will, donor-centered fundraising, a classic. Donors do not define. You might think that a donor would define over-solicitation as, well, I was okay with being asked 5 times, but when you sent me 25 appeals, it was just too much, and that felt like too much, so I stopped giving. They don't define it that way. Donors define over-solicitation as being asked to give again before they knew that their first gift had an impact. And that is why it is so important to do what is on the back of your shampoo bottle, but which my friend Stephen Screen refers to as the virtuous circle. Ask, thank, report back. Like on the shampoo bottle, it says lather, rinse, repeat. And I invite you to type in type me if you literally wash your hair twice. That feels like a waste of shampoo to me. I do not do that. I just once. But I met someone once who did wash her hair twice in a row, which seems so strange to me. But this is the magic formula. Ask, thank, report back. And if there's any place where I see nonprofits falling off and missing a really important step here, that's totally crucial and absolutely critical to making you your donor's favorite charity and getting your donors to give again, it is not reporting back to their donors on how their gift had an impact. And I want to encourage you to write your appeal, and at the same time, I want you to write your reporting back template of how you're going to report back to those donors and how you're going to tell those donors that their gift made a difference. Okay, 2 people wash their hair, they repeat, that's exciting. Ask, thank, report back. That's what I want you to remember. Ask, thank, report back. So I'm going to give you some scripts, some examples, and some stewardship ideas for you to, I mentioned harvest time, warm your donors up with really great stewardship. This is awesome. You made your gift just 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago, and already you've blank. Give your donor credit for some awesome, fantastic accomplishment that you can say that their gift made happen. Maybe it's like, you know, helping a dog find their forever home, or or, you know, feeding hungry families, whatever it is, giving kids back to school supplies, whatever it is. This works whether your donor has been giving to you loyally for like a long time, or they just started giving to you. And I'm going to show you, I have a friend who said, what does reporting back look like? Do not worry. I have 3 examples of reporting back, and I'm going to show them to you in just a couple of slides. So this is super easy. This is a really neat stewardship, easy for you to do. I encourage you to think about that. The idea here is that your donors see themselves in your communication. Your communication, you're awesome, okay? You guys are all super awesome. But you know what? Your donors don't give to you because you're awesome. Your donors give to you because they're awesome, and giving to you is a way for them to express how awesome they truly are. It is hard to think like other people. This is why we have marriage counseling, but this is why people give. And your appeal and your thank you and your reporting back needs to be not about you. It needs to be about them. It needs to be about the donor and how generous they are and how kind they are and what a great thing they just did. So here's an example, another idea for you around stewardship. I thought you'd like to see what your support made possible. Super simple. These are just easy taglines for you to use for your own organization. This is one of my favorite books. Jeff Brooks has written, he's written a lot of great books. How to Turn Your Words into Money is fantastic. He's a copywriter. So it's really fun to read books that copywriters write, because it's so easy to read, because copywriters specialize in making things super, super easy to read. And let me just say for the record that your appeal needs to be written on a 6th grade reading level. It needs to be really, really easy. We are not trying to get people to like go to medical school to understand the work that we're doing. They're busy. Writing in simple, easy to read copy will get your appeal read. It will get your donors to take action. And it is a courtesy that you're giving your donors, just like enunciating properly and speaking clearly is a courtesy that you would give to someone as a speaker. So donors see themselves in your communication. It is like a mirror. You need to make them look good. This is an example from my friend Julie Edwards. She's incredible. I adore her. And I adore her so much. I literally have a brag file of all the awesome fundraising campaigns that she did when she was the executive director of the Humane Society of Northeast Georgia. She's a consultant now, but she used to be run a Humane Society. She literally just sent this kind of out of the blue to her donors. Wow, do you know how amazing you are? So amazing that I think about you every day, and not in a weird way. I'm an admirer, not a stalker. And although I may not know you personally, I know a few things about you. You care a lot. You make a difference every day. You're loved. That's right, you're loved. What a beautiful love bomb to just send a donor. Like totally beautiful, super heartfelt, super well written. So here's like a coronavirus example of this. And I'm also going to show you, in addition to this, I'm going to show you an example of an organization that did reporting back right after they wrote an appeal. And I'm going to show you kind of the back end of it. So you could open this with like, you have no idea how much we appreciate you, Michael. You are such a generous and kind person, kind, big-hearted person, for being part of our donor family here at the Girl Scouts of Central Iowa. I'm making this up. We just want to check on you, Michael, and tell you how much we value you. Coronavirus may have changed scouting over the spring and summer, but it will never change helping girls be bold, powerful, and strong. Thanks to you and your support, Michael, this year we've been able to create virtual scouting opportunities for girls all over Iowa. I just want you to know, Michael, from the bottom of our hearts, what an important part of Girl Scouting you are, and what a generous person you are. We're so grateful to have you in our family. Like, how sweet is that? So that's a template You can use a template like that. I'm going to show you an example from the Boy Scouts, and I'm going to walk you through this. So this is a Boy Scout reporting back template. I worked with the Boy Scouts this spring and summer, a Boy Scout council in Oregon, and they had 2 different appeals. They're raising money for digital scouting, and they had one appeal that featured a scout who was at home working on a scouting project, and they had another appeal that was had a photo of the Girl Scouts getting the scouts getting their fire starting skills for their 2nd class rank. Okay, so these are 2 different appeals, 2 different photos. So I forced them, gave them a template because I'm nice, but I made them write their reporting back template at the same time that they wrote their appeal. And everyone who got the one appeal with the boy doing digital scouting got this reporting back, and everyone who got the appeal of the girls, the fire starting, got the other reporting back. So you need to tell the donor, report back and tell them, and I'm going to walk through this. Thank them for responding quickly and generously. Number 1, thank them for responding quickly and generously. So you write your appeal, you send your appeal, they make a gift, maybe they make a gift online, they get an email auto thank you responder, they might also get a letter from you, they make their gift in the mail, they get a letter from you thanking them. Like a week to 14 days, a week to 2 weeks later, you want to report back and you want to tell them how their gift made a difference. The email autoresponder tells me that you got my gift. Reporting back tells me how it made a difference. I'd like for you to do both. I'd like for you to have an email autoresponder. I'd like for you to have a thank you letter. That's the letter that they're going to keep with their taxes that says, we're so grateful to you, Michael, for your $200 gift to Girl Start that you made on Tuesday, January 5th. Your generous gift, blank, tell them what it did. Please keep this for your records. Our tax receipt number is this. We look forward to keeping you updated on all the ways your gift is making a difference here at Girl Start. In the meantime, don't hesitate to contact me with any questions you have. You can reach me here. Anyway, so this is the reporting back template. We're going to start by thanking the donor for responding quickly and generously. We're going to reflect on their kindness. Again, your communications are a mirror to your donor. How do they look? Your reporting back template, your appeal letter, your thank you letter, you should use you twice as much as you use organizational centric language like I or we or us. Double the use, twice as many yous as I, we, or us. Reflect on their kindness. Describe the need that was facing your beneficiaries. When you wrote that appeal, you wrote about a need. Talk about the need and how their gift perfectly met the need. This, you can see the virtuous circle. This is how this all comes back together. Ask, thank, report back. This is, I'm telling you that donors feel frustrated and they stop giving because they don't know that their gift had an impact. This is what tells them that their gift made an impact. And too many organizations totally skip this step, and they skip it to their detriment. So you can have a short story about the need and how their gift met the need. Here's another template. Thank them for responding rapidly and quickly. Tell them the need, tell them their gift met the need. Maybe do a short story. A photo with a caption is really nice. Thank them again. Reflect back on what a generous, kind-hearted, compassionate person they are. That's the formula. Ask, thank, report back. Shampoo, lather, rinse, repeat. Ask, thank, report back. You guys, that's the formula. Don't just thank me for my gift. Don't just thank me. Don't just tell me what it did. Tell me what a great person I am. Look, I'm not alone. You know what? Guess what every human never gets tired of hearing about? How great we are. We never get tired of hearing about that. We are our own favorite topics of conversation. 60% of conversation is telling stories, and we never get tired of hearing about how great we are. Be honest, type into the Q&A, which stresses you out the most? Writing your appeal or writing your thank you letter? Type in which stresses you out the most. Be honest, just type it in, let me know what you think. And please be honest with me because we're friends, we can be honest with each other. Let me know what stresses you out more, writing your thank you letter or writing your appeal. I'm looking forward to reading what people say in the Q&A, but I'm going to tell you while you're telling me which one stresses you out. And if you're being honest, you're probably going to say, legit, the letter. I'm stressed out about writing a really good appeal. I'm stressed out about what story I'm going to tell in it. I'm stressed out about how well it's going to do. I'm stressed out about how much I'm going to, yeah, be honest. I love that you're being honest. Okay, someone said both, but most people said appeal. Yeah. I don't blame you. I stress out about that too. But here's the fact. The donor is going to hold on to that thank you letter. They might even put it in their folder, like me, with their taxes. If it's really awesome, like me, they might put it up on their wall and look at it, or put it up on their fridge. They have a better recall of that than whatever awesome copy you use in your fundraising appeals. So spend just a teensy bit of time on it. Follow the formula that I gave you. And I've got lots of other juicy tips in here today to share with you so that you can write really great thank yous. And if you're sitting there thinking, you know, Rachel kind of seems like a nice person, but maybe a hopeless romantic. And is this really going to raise me more money? I mean, is she just like being like, this is what great fundraisers do, or is this really bottom line and raising more money? Well, yes, it will. This is an example from a study that I mentioned. Jen Sheng did this study. This is an email stewardship piece that Planned Parenthood sent out before their renewal. And they just thanked the donor for their impact, told the donor, thanks to you, this is what your impact did. Just really nice thank you. And they studied this. Those who got the stewardship email gave $45 more than those who didn't. That, my friends, was a 67% increase in giving. 67% increase in giving. So if you're sitting there going like, this seems like a lot of work, it works. Do you want to raise more money? Do you want to keep, I mean, it costs money to go out and get donors, and I know you want to keep them, and I know you want them to double their gifts and make larger gifts. Here's how to do it. Here's some more ideas that I'm going to share with you guys. I know you're short on time. I know you're executive directors. I'm a recovering executive director. Amen. I was just in a coaching call this morning with an executive director. I think being an executive director is one of the loneliest jobs in the world. It's seriously hard work. So I'm sending out love and props to all my executive directors out there. It's a tough job. This is just, and I know you're strapped for time, so these are just some ideas of some different kinds of stewardship that you might think of adding to your repertoire. Just a feel-good message. You saw these examples, it's only been a year and already your gift is blank. That's also referred to as a donorversary, and it is low-hanging fruit in the fundraising world because your donor has no idea. Really, I'm not sitting here remembering, oh, my last donation to Best Friends was a year ago, or my last donation to the Humane Society was in September, was August 5th. I'm not thinking that. I really don't remember the month or the day, but you know, and that is a massively unsung holiday where you can call your donor, you can send them a card, you can send them a text message, and it reminds the donor, if they've been giving to you for a long time, it reminds them, wow, gosh, YMCA of the Rockies really is one of my top giving priorities. I didn't realize I'd been giving to them for so long. And if they've only been giving to you for a while, it's just a beautiful piece of stewardship that gets them excited about, wow, I've been given 6 months, I gave to them 6 months ago, and look what they already did. They're so awesome. They're so fantastic. And then unsung holidays, Thanksgiving, great holiday to say, in the spirit of the season, I'm thinking of all that I have to be thankful for, like you. So this is a great stewardship piece. You can do postcards. You can do a Thankathon where you have board members and volunteers and staff members pick up the phone. I've been doing some virtual phone banking, and you can do a virtual Thankathon. I thought phone banking in person was fun. Virtual phone banking is even more fun because you have your pop-up captain right there, and they can answer any questions you have anytime. So low-hanging fruit tools. I promised you guys some ask scripts, and I'm going to share that for you right now to solicit gifts. type yes. Type yes if you're going to be doing phone solicitations and asking, yay, Deb says this is excellent training. I'm really enjoying learning all of this. Yay, I'm so happy. And Abby says, I'm stressed out about the thank you. Do not stress about the thank you. I've given you lots of examples of writing killer thank you. You totally have this, Abby. Don't worry. I'm not trying to make you stressed about more stuff. I'm trying to make you feel confident to bravely fundraise and ask. And so now we're going to be talking about asking. I'm going to talk about asking over the phone, and then I'm going to be talking, and I'm showing you some examples from my Thank You Hall of Fame. And we might go 5 minutes over here, and type in any questions that you guys have. Okay, so type in any questions and I will answer them at the end. So this is right here. This is such an unsung tool. It's so inexpensive just picking up the phone. So here's a sample ask script for a board member or an executive director. Hey, I'm Betty. Got time for a quick chat? I just want to thank you, first of all, Michael, for your recent gift of $500 to Sweaters for Penguins. Thanks to you, we were able to save hundreds of penguins from this terrible oil spill. We cleaned their feathers, we got them in their life-saving sweaters, and because of you, entire families of a nearly extinct penguin species are surviving and thriving. Michael, we are so thankful to have your support. It is so awesome that you're doing this. That's like an affirmation of the donor. Listen, Michael, what we're doing today is a phone campaign so that we can tackle our next big project, which is saving, whatever, sending 5 kids to college, getting so-and-so, out of office, whatever it is. We're asking people to increase their gift by this amount, and then we will be able to blank. Or we're asking people to double their gift. We're asking people to increase their gift by 25%. And this way we'll be able to serve this many more kids, or serve this many more meals, or reach this many more seniors, or do this many more life-saving heart transplants or surgeries. Most people, Michael, are giving in the range of $100 to $200. How much would you like to give? So there's a couple of things I'm going to draw your attention to. Where I'm telling Michael exactly what this project is going to do. I'm gonna send kids to college. I'm going to, save an endangered species. I'm going to give formula to orphaned chimpanzees. I'm going to give formula to orphaned rescued chimpanzees. And we're asking people to double their gift, or we're asking people to increase their gift. You will raise more if you tell a donor, we're asking people to double their gift. Last year you made a $100 gift. We're asking if you'll make double that and make a $200 gift, and then we can do blank. You always need to tell them how much more good the gift can do if they increase their gift. Most people are giving in the range of blank to blank. So if you give me a range, I'm a pack animal. This is also known as social proofing. And if you give me a range and you tell me what other people are doing, you're making it subconsciously a lot easier for me to make a decision. So this is steal this, please, please, please steal this. I also have this up at, I have this whole get the visit, nail the ask. It was written pre-pandemic, okay? So it talks about meeting people face to face, but you can download it, rachelmuir.com/ask, but you can also copy this ask script. I'm going to show you some examples from my Hall of Fame. So this is my girl, Julie Edwards. This is a monthly giving receipt. Type photo if you use photos of your constituents, photos of your clients, photos of your beneficiaries in your email thank you autoresponders or in your monthly giving receipt. Type photo if you put a photo in your email thank you autoresponder or in your monthly giving receipt. This is an easy way to stand out in an inbox. My inbox is pretty boring, and photos really stand out, especially photos with cute images. And what's awesome about this image, this dog, and her name is Maggie. This dog's name is Maggie. Maggie is looking straight at the camera. You always want to use photos in your appeals and your thank yous. Always use photos of people looking directly at the camera, not looking away, looking directly at the camera, okay? So check this out. No one's using photos. So easy low-hanging fruit idea right here. Pop a photo in there. Look, I underlined all the times she used you, and I put little arrows next to all the times that she just flat out told me what a great human being I am. Again, your communications are a mirror. This mirror is making me feel pretty awesome. I'm also seeing Maggie and those cute fat puppies, and I can like I can just smell the puppy breath from here. But she's telling me in the first paragraph, she tells me I'm kind-hearted. In the last paragraph, she tells me that she's humbled by my big heart. I love her sign off. Sam and the Rescues. It sounds like a fun like band, you know, like Josie and the Pussycats. Okay, so this is another email autoresponder. I got this when I made a donation back before the pandemic. I was live doing a fundraising training in beautiful Colorado, which we were just talking about earlier. And this is an organization that's doing like outdoor education for kids. And look at this, how cool this is. They put a close-up photo. She's looking at the camera. This is an organization that's like outdoor education for kids. Totally makes sense. They have an awesome photo of a kid with their hands dirty. So think about using a photo. Love this example. Check out the subject line. Thanks to you, our girls are visiting colleges today. How easy would it have been for this organization to just write, watch our girls visit college today, or see our girls visit colleges today, but they didn't. They're giving me as a donor the credit for all these kids getting to go and think about college life. That's pretty cool. I feel like a hero. One of the greatest gifts that you can give your donors is the gift of being known by you. And a great way to do that with a first-time donor is to call them out as a first-time donor and tell them in the first letter of your thank you letter, I am overjoyed to see such a generous first-time gift from you, and I'm thrilled to welcome you into our donor family. This tells me like, whoa, you know that I'm brand new here, and there's great things to come. This is a like low-hanging fruit. Steal this, pretty please with sugar on top, steal this, because so many people don't take advantage of this. So I'm gonna move my fantabulous questions that I see in here to this published section so that I can go and grab those, because I want to make sure that if you have a question that I answer it. So if I haven't answered your question yet, don't be shy, type it in and I will quote unquote publish it so that I will 100% answer it at the end here. I also love this PS at the bottom where I'm inviting them to call me to make an appointment to come by. Of course, that's pre-pandemic, but there's a great story in here about Mr. Pickles the dog. Storytelling is fantastic to use with donors. So I'm going to wrap up with giving you guys some end of year tips to help you convert more gifts. Okay, end of year. This is the U test. So you can go to bloomerang.co/Ahern audit. That's named after Tom Ahern, who is awesome and hilarious and another fantastic fundraising copywriter like Jeff Brooks. And Bloomerang is so nice. They share this tool with everyone for free. Bloomerang is a fundraising software company. And you can go to bloomerang.co/Ahern audit. You can take your copy that you wrote for your appeal, paste it in here. It'll tell you what grade level it is, what reading level you want to be at, a 6th grade reading level, like 6th to 8th grade. And you want to use twice as many U's. So you don't even have to count stuff. You can just pop it in there and you can get your answer. Make them the hero, make the donor the hero. You don't need to be the hero. You need the money. You need the check. You do not need to be the hero. So you're going to use lots of you. You is your donor's love potion. Type in to the Q&A and tell me which call to action do you think is going to generate more donations. Please make your year-end gift to save the penguins today. That's number 1. Number 2, please stand with penguins. And number 3, please stand up for your values today. 1, 2, or 3. Type into the Q&A box. Place your votes now, friends, and tell me which one you think is going to raise the most money. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3, my fundraising friends. I'm going to show you a little bit more eye candy while you're voting. 1, 2, or 3. There's either a lag or you guys are shy. 1 is make your year-end gift to save the penguins today. 2 is please stand with penguins. Okay, I've got 1 vote in here. Fred said 3. No. Okay, now your odds are 50-50. It is not 3. Yay, Nancy got it. Nancy said 1. Way to go, Nancy. You know why number 1 works? It's telling me exactly what I need to do and what to do. Please make a year-end gift to save the penguins today. Stand with penguins, kind of vague. Stand up for my values, even more vague. You need to be really, really specific with your call to action. This is an example. I'm giving you some eye candy, low-hanging fruit tips here. Don't be shy. Type in your questions and I will cover those. This is an example of you need to have your donate button be in a very prominent color that is easily distinguished from everything else on your site. This is Nashville Rescue Mission. We can see that donate button is in a really bold red and it stands out from everything else on this page. It's also above the fold, meaning like with a newspaper, your attention is going to be drawn. The most valuable real estate on that newspaper is going to be what is above the fold of a newspaper. This is an example from the Big Brothers Big Sisters, and this is an example of using contrasting colors. This is a really powerful image. The thing I don't like about this image is, you guessed it, she's not looking directly at the camera. And yay, I had more people vote for 1. Interestingly, I had some people voting for 3. Number 1, you need to be very, very specific. Make your year-end gift today. If you have a match, you can say your $100 donation is matched and will become $200. And I know you're thinking, well, can't donors figure it out for themselves? You're making it that much easier. Don't make me think. I'm busy. I've got twins. I have squirrels trying to get to my bird feeders. I've got a lot on my mind. Make it easy for me, okay? This makes it easy for me with these bright contrasting colors. Really easy for me to see to donate now. The only thing I change here is I want that photo to be I want her to be looking at the camera. Use photos of people looking straight at the camera. This is Lady Freethinker. Look at that adorable donate button. It's got a little heart in there and it's orange, which is a great contrasting color from what the other stuff that's happening on this site. How cute is that dog and the toothbrush? Oh my goodness, so cute, I can barely stand it. But this is another great example. Prominent donate button, above the fold, contrasting color. You need to use compelling images. They need to be looking straight at the camera in everything. Your thank you letter, your appeals, your newsletter, your impact report. Have people looking at the camera. You need to have a call to action. You need to tell people your gift is going to rush medical care to needy orphans desperate for surgery. Tell me what it's going to do. If you're asking me and if you're inviting me to do a monthly gift, tell me how much more good I can do with a monthly gift. You need to give me an incentive. Don't just say make it monthly. Well, how much more good am I going to do? Like if I make my gift monthly, how many more people are going to be helped? I love this video. It just warms my heart looking at their beautiful faces. It totally warms my heart. Legit, the real truth is to get through more than 1 email will do. It's going to take more than 1 email. 1 email is not enough. This is the mistake that people make. You think that donors read all of your emails. I just sent an email today to my list and it was my 5th email, and I sent an email on Thursday, an email on Friday, and an email Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I've sent 5 emails in the past 7 days, or yeah. And you know what? That's fine. You know why? Because not everyone opens your email. They're only going to open your email if it's a subject line that gets their attention. And they're only going to donate if it's a story that warms their heart and speaks to them. So it's going to take more than 1 email. It's going to take different subject lines. It's going to take different stories. I can ignore, it's too easy to ignore 1 message. It's going to take more than 1 message to get through. So you've got to write good emails. They need to be compelling in order to work. And if someone gets off your list, you are not here to be quiet and not heard from. You've got a big mission. It takes all that you've got. You've got to get out there and you've got to give it all you've got. I promise, a pep talk to get you guys fired up. The ask is never a one-day affair. It takes more than one email. I mean, it literally, some organizations are going to send 5 emails. Some organizations are going to send 15 emails. Some organizations are going to send 20 or 25. And if people unsubscribe from your list, that's okay. You weren't for them. You know, you aren't for everybody. You're not here to not offend as many people as possible. You've got a big mission and it's going to take everything that you've got. You're out here to go out there and go for it. So this is an example of an anatomy of an email appeal. And I'm just going to show a few things that are significant about this email appeal. I'm going to show a compelling mail appeal, and then I'm going to take the questions that I've gotten, and I'm doing a workshop tomorrow on into your fundraising. If that's your jam and you want some help there, I'm going to tell you about that. So this subject line is one justice. We all make mistakes. Yeah, we do all make mistakes. Okay, that's a subject line that might get me to open it. I mean, I write subject lines all day, and I'm mildly obsessed with writing good ones. I also keep a Google Doc of my all-time favorite subject lines, and I recommend you do that for your organization as well. And I recommend you look at your subject lines that you've used before and see which ones got you the best open rates. It's got a visual and it's got a caption. Using images and putting captions with your images is a really smart way to, smart thing to do in an email appeal and a smart thing to do in a mail appeal. You need to give donors a very clear problem with a really clear solution. You need to make it easy to give the gift of a second chance, make a button, make it super easy. I'm going to click on that button, take that action. And another really important part of the real estate in your mail appeal or your email appeal is the PS. We as readers will scan to the bottom and look at that PS. So make your PS count. Use your PS to reinforce your offer or add urgency to your offer. This is an example of a mail appeal. This outer envelope, it has some baby hospital bracelets and it's asking me why. Wow, I don't know. Like, I'm going to open up that envelope to see what's going on with that. Really powerful headline. You can use a large headline like this in an email. You can use a large headline like this in a mail appeal. Why did both my baby boys have to die? So this is from Kidney Research UK. I found this appeal example from Adrienne Sargent, who is an amazing, well-known fundraising researcher. Incidentally married to Jen Chang, the world's first philanthropic psychologist. So really moving appeal, really strong personal letter. You've got the reply device there, suggested ask strings, a lift card here, telling me exactly why do some babies' kidneys never form. You can help Professor Wolf begin to find out. Okay, this is telling me what my gift is going to do. So very, very powerful. I've got time for questions. I'm going to mention this while I'm digging into the questions, and I want to invite you guys, type in your questions. So type away and let me know anything that you want to know more about. Maybe you asked a question 20 minutes ago and I haven't answered it yet. Type it in now, pretty please, with sugar on top, and I will dig into it. I'm doing this training tomorrow. It's only $49. It is part of a membership. I have this membership where it's only $49, and every single month, towards the end of the month, I do a workshop. Last month, it was on making over your board and how to get your board engaged in fundraising. This month, it's on making end of year fundraising easy. Next month, it's going to be on the procrastinator's guide to end of year fundraising. November is going to be about using storytelling to raise more money. It's a different awesome topic every single month. You can cancel anytime. It's $49. Tomorrow, for literally 90 minutes, we are digging in so deep. What works on appeals, what doesn't work, samples, how to get started thinking about what to write in your appeal, your checklist of good appeals, the anatomy of appeals, and even an end of year development plan template with a schedule. And anyway, lots of goodies in there. So I'm going to answer, I only have one question because one of them was from me. Haha. Okay, it's not too late. Type in your questions, friends. Just go ahead. Don't be shy. But I'm going to go ahead and answer this fantastic question that someone typed in, which is, and I'm going to put my little information here on, this is some upcoming topics, and this is my information, where you can download the handouts, my email address. I'm working on a capital improvement project. The project started in 2016 and has 3 phases. We have successfully completed 2 phases before COVID, and we're planning to start fundraising for the last phase this year. We are now preparing to start fundraising in 2021. With the thank you gestures you're speaking on, would it look bad to go back to the beginning and write thank yous to everyone that is given today? No, it wouldn't look bad. I hope and pray that you did that you thanked them when they did give. You know, there are like 3 million nonprofits in I think the US alone, and your donors chose you, and I really hope that you would thank everyone who made a gift promptly when they make their gift. But if you didn't do that, you should definitely dig in there and do some really great stewardship. Would it look bad to go back to the beginning and write thank yous to everyone that's given today? We did do and still thank all. We did do and still do thank yous to all donors right after they give. Okay, good for you. Thank you. Phew, scared for a second there. But would it help our fundraising kickoff if we send another round of thank yous with photos of the first community phase? Yes, it would, because you're telling them, look what you did, look what you already made possible. Thanks to you, we are almost there. Thanks to you, we're 3/4 of the way there. Or thanks to you, we're 2/3 of the way there. We've got more great things to come, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So yeah, you can always make your donors feel great for giving to you. That's time well spent. I hope that is helpful. I'm going to look over here and see if there's any other questions that anyone asked. No, we're like only 2 minutes over. You guys have been awesome. And yeah, Michael's here. You guys have been awesome, and it's been a gift and a pleasure to get to be with you. That's where you can find out more about me. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week, and it's been a gift to get to be with you today. So thank you for your time.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rachel. We really appreciated your perspective in on this conversation, and I think you brought an energy to fundraising that isn't oftentimes around the board table when we talk about fundraising. To Rachel's information, please go to her website. I've had a chance to dig in. There's so many really great resources there, and so many great resources that relate a lot to the questions that we at Main Street Iowa get from you all as local Main Street programs. So thank you, Rachel, for putting together those resources and those activities that are right there at everyone's fingertips. If anyone does have any questions for Rachel, you could definitely send them to me, and I'll make sure she gets them, or I know Rachel has provided her contact information a number of different ways, and I will put that information back up just one last time for everyone to get. But I hope that everyone has a great rest of your Wednesday and great rest of your week. Please stay happy and healthy, and we will look forward to seeing you at a Wednesday at 1 in the future. So thanks, and have a great day, everyone.